Hello to all my lovely students who are performing really well in online classes. I am really very happy with your performance. You are giving answers so fast, but some students are facing problem because of signals or some other problems. So don't lose heart. You are also good, but you continue your revision work and focus on your studies. Decide some time for studies also in the evening and revise your all subjects properly. So in social studies today we will discuss about the 4 ashrams and the case study given on page number 37, 38 and 39. That is of chapter 4, the Vedic age. So 4 ashrams. According to religious text, life was divided into 4 stages or ashrams. Different duties were assigned to each of these. The 4 ashrams were, you can open the book 37 page number and underline these lines. The 4 ashrams were Brahmacharya or student life, Grihastha or life of a householder, Vanaprastha or life as a hermit, and finally Sannyasa or renunciation of the worldly life. So only this paragraph is given in your book, but I will tell you that earlier the life was assumed for 100 years and it was divided into 4 parts. That 4 parts are given in your book. These were known as ashrams. First one is Brahmacharya or student life. Like you all are also living this life, student life, when the children were sent to the ashrams to attain knowledge. After their childhood, after they became a literate person, they came home and they continue of a life like a householder, that is Grihastha. And then after that, after 25 years, Vanaprastha, means these lives were full life was divided into 25 and 25. That is Brahmacharya of 25 years, Grahastha 25 years, Vanaprastha 25 years, and then Sannyasa. After living a life of a householder, that is Grihastha, they have to live Vanaprastha or life as a hermit. Hermit means when they gave their all worldly comforts and go to the forest for some knowledge. And finally Sannyasa, and finally they took sannyas or renunciation of the worldly life. So these were the stages of the life at that time, at the later Vedic period. Now we will do the case study. Megalithic cultures in India. Case study, that is Deccan. You can see page number 37. Approximately around the time the sages were composing the hymns of the Rig Veda. Sages means sages जो मुनि ऋषि वगैरह हुआ करते थे, they were known as sages. They were composing the hymns. Hymns you all know. I have earlier told you what are the hymns. Hymns are the shlokas or songs recited in the praise of God. So at that time they were composing the hymns of the Rig Veda. Many Chalcolithic and megalithic cultures flourished in Rajasthan, Deccan, Kashmir and South India. We gather information about these cultures from the megaliths. So from where we are getting the information about this time? We gather information about these cultures from the megaliths. Now what are megaliths? Megaliths are large stones. Megaliths are large stones or groups of standing stones that are believed to have some religious significance. Underline in your book page number 37. It is given megaliths are large stone structures or groups of standing stones that are believed to have some religious significance. Sometimes they were erected on burial sites or were used to commemorate heroic deeds. For the heroic deeds also they were used and put on the burial site for the people who have done some heroic deeds. The term megalith means large stone. So underline this. What is the meaning of megalith? The term megalith means large stones. It is derived from the Greek words megas, that is great, and lithos means stone. Megalithic monuments of large stones have been found throughout India, from Kashmir in the north to Tamil Nadu in the south. So everywhere the archaeologists have found the megaliths. This type of megaliths have been found from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu. They are particularly common in the states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. So they are common in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. These all are all present in the southern part of India. Important megalithic sites in the Deccan and South India are Takkal Ghat and Khapa, Mahur Jhari and Naikund in Vidarbha, Brahmagiri and Chandravali and Jadigehnali and in Karnataka, Nagarjunakonda in Andhra Pradesh, Adi Channulur, Amrita Mangalam and Sarur in Tamil Nadu, Porkalam in Kerala. So these are all southern states, that's why these names are little bit typical. And on the page number 38 you can see some megalithic cultures. Pictures are given on page number 38. So dear children, you can have a reading of page number 38 yourself, and you can also see all the pictures and map given on page number 39 also. So this complete chapter is now finished. The reading is finished. You can read the chapter by yourself one more time so that you can understand well.